Hello, here to talk some more monetary stuff. Basically, what I want to cover is this extension or the addition of the unemployment and a few other things. I know that unemployment, the extra $600 weekly, is expiring on the 31st, which is next Friday, and from there, there's questions. They don't know if it's, and no one knows if it's going to be extended, if they're going to get another bill passed, which has another $600 additional weekly, or there's been talks of maybe it's $500 weekly, or $400, or even half, $300. Who knows? It could be 200, 100 extra, or it could be nothing. I know they're working on something. My gut tells me that there's going to be something, some extra passed for the unemployment because of all the stuff that's going on with them not allowing businesses to open, because of the closing, because of the forced restrictions and the inability to keep going on as businesses once were. There's been a lot of juggling there. There's been a lot of tough things to get through. So with that being said, there's going to be probably additional unemployment as more people will be losing jobs. And with that, people are not going to be at the ability to get their job back, let alone jobs that are a lateral move. Because of, just for instance, bars and restaurants, 80% of them may never come back. There's been talks that 80% that are closed are never coming back. Whether that's the case or not, it sure looks like it could be true. Also, with that, that's not just the businesses, that is the employees, that is the dishwashers, that is the servers, that's the bartenders, that's everyone who works there. Basically are out of a job, and they've been collecting unemployment, along with, you want to look at it, beauty salons, gyms, people who run gyms, that kind of stuff, and the workers, the cleaners, that kind of stuff, everyone who has a gym operational. There's many other businesses out there that have closed and probably will never open again, and or that have closed and not going to get back to their full capacity. So there's a lot of jobs that have been lost, and a lot that probably won't be back. So with that, there's a lot of fear that there's going to be a lot more unemployed, and a lot of people that are currently unemployed will not find their jobs or equivalent jobs, whether they do or not, or if they won't get it easily. They won't find them relatively soon or in a good amount of time. So with that, there's been talk, and I've heard a few numbers. They're talking $500 additional, $400 additional. Those are the strongest things I've read and heard over and over. Whether that's the case or not, that's just the things that have been repetitive to me in my reading and researching. So with that being said, I know they're also talking about another stimulus package, and the numbers I've heard there is, if it's going to be the same $1,200 that people got that qualified for it. I haven't heard anything for the dependents, but I'm guessing if they're talking the same numbers, it would be the same numbers for dependents. I've also heard numbers that are less than that. They're under $1,000. I've also heard numbers where only the people that make $40,000 or less will qualify. So they're just throwing everything around without anything looking like it's happening. It's going to come to fruition. But anyways, with that being said, I do know they're continuing to print money, make digits, and if this other stimulus package passes, or the extended unemployment benefits pass, then they're just creating more money. They're just duplicating what's out there. Counterfeiting the money that you and I hold, or people hold in their banks and their 401ks and their IRAs and retirement accounts. All that stuff just has less purchasing power because they're doubling, tripling, quadrupling how much is out there. And with that just makes the purchasing power that much less. So I just want to put a heads out, and say, this is what we're doing, this is what we've been doing. we have, been purchasing assets as far as, if you can get land or any sort of land, any sort of gold, silver, precious metals, anything like that that's going to preserve your wealth, your purchasing power. Especially now, when I first started talking about this like 3 months ago, when I started doing videos. For example, silver and gold, I believe gold was roughly $1,600 an ounce. Silver, let me make $1,650 an ounce. And silver was somewhere around $14.80, $14.60 an ounce. This was almost 3 months ago. As of now, gold is over $1,900 an ounce. And silver has been right around, it's been above $23 an ounce. Now it's just below it, whether that's $22.85 or whatever. So with that, there's within 3 months, or not even 3 months, there's a huge jump in the price of gold and silver. And that doesn't mean in gold and silver is rising in value, rising in the price. What that means is that's a standard, that's like a bar that's set, that is how much less the dollar can purchase, because the dollar's purchasing power is going down. I'm surprised it's not even less, but it will take a while to catch up. So with that being said, there's going to be a lot of other stuff out there. Your basic needs, your food, your water, your shelter, the electricity, your heat, that kind of stuff is all going to go up also, is my opinion. And whether that's fast, like a hyperinflation scenario, or it's a slow burn until hyperinflation hits, there's also stagflation that could be around the corner too. So these are just things to think about and try to get prepared to protect your situation. I know we've been doing that. We've also been purchasing or investing more in the garden we currently have, in things for that. We've been investing in things for canning stuff from the garden, so we have canned goods. We've done this for years, but now we've been investing more. And can we expand the garden we have? Do we need to buy MREs, meals ready to eat, the stuff that's vacuum packed, that basically is similar to what the service men and women eat? Do we go out and buy more of that? That stuff lasts 20 to 30 years. So these are just things to think about. I know, and the times right now are sketchy. They're on the edge, but my fear is going to get so much worse. And when it starts, it's just going to ramp up and go fast. And then there's no stopping it. So what we've been doing is just trying to prepare the best we can to get ready. So if there's another stimulus package bill passed, we will not go out and just spend that on frivolous things. We will put that into precious metals or something for the garden, or something towards some sort of other assets, land, whatever. We'll do that. It's also another thing to think about if they're passing another package thing for your unemployment. If you don't need it all to live off of, maybe that's something that people want to think about. Well, I get extra. What should I do with this extra to help me prepare, help me get ready? I know there's been some talks about food shortages. I know it's been going around the different parts of the world. We haven't really seen it here, but my fear is that when people go to the grocery stores or go shopping for food, my fear is it might turn out how it was when, months ago, when people went to buy toilet paper and the shelves were empty, just wiped clean. Will that happen with food? I certainly hope not, but I wouldn't bet against it. That's my personal opinion. There's also a bunch of signs and a bunch of talk about clean shortages. Well, I myself believe that that's not a real thing. I believe it's a push to a cashless society, a digital-only society, and I think this is the first step, is my personal opinion. So you got to do what you can do. I mean, that just eliminates. If we go cashless, that eliminates. People babysitting, kids babysitting to make just extra cash on hand, kids mowing lawns to get extra cash, people doing side jobs, people having garage sales. I mean, that's just the start of it, but it's a whole nother can of worms that opens up. And this is my fear that this is their initiation. This is their start to that. And I hope it doesn't happen, but it looks like there might not be any stopping it. And I do know, I find it weird how you go to a store and they say they will not accept cash or you have to have exact change. But if you go to a laundromat, those are running off change and you can get plenty of coins there. Is that just temporary, or is that just another thing that I'm thinking that doesn't equate? But anyways, these are just things to think about. As always, stay vigilant. Thank you for watching. And protect your wealth, protect your health. Thank you.